Hey everybody, it's me, Ben. Um, you know, Sitting here on a Saturday afternoon, college football day. Now, you kind of know the hat that I'm wearing on my head is Florida State Seminole hat. Yes, I'm an FSU football fan. And while everybody else's teams are enjoying the success of the 2025 season, fighting for playoff positioning, trying to get into the college football playoffs, my Florida State Seminoles are doing exactly the opposite. And it's just been a very difficult time these last couple years. Um, 3-13 in the ACC. We haven't won a road game since I was in my early 40s. Now I'm in my mid 40s, and I can't. Ever since, really, since 2013. I mean, um, we just haven't had that much success. We've been pretty much in mediocrity, and yeah, Jimbo, he's, you know, you could say what you want about him, the way things ended, but, you know, he was still a great coach. Um, he was really the last of the successful coaches we've had. Willie Taggart was a failure, and now Mike Norvell's become a failure. Now you're saying, well, he's had 3 winning seasons. 2023 was an outlier. It was a mirage. Okay, like half those kids he didn't even recruit. So, that's been an issue with Norvell. He hasn't been able to recruit very well. This new athletic director, or he's not new, but, Mike Alford. I don't know, man. He's got to do something. You got to let Mike go. That's my opinion. You got to let Mike Norvell go. I'm sorry, he's just not cutting it. We can't be. I mean, we already are pretty much in mediocrity. We've become Nebraska, a once proud football program that's now just a shell of its former self. Not even competing in the ACC, where the ACC is like the 4th best conference in the country. That's how bad it is. And I don't want to hear this. Well, the refs are out to get the ACC is against us because of the lawsuit and blah blah blah. You know what? Those are just excuses. That's it. They're just excuses. And I'll tell you this: Mike Norvell's never been the same since that snub in the college football playoffs. He's just never been the same. And it's just gotten progressively worse. Last night against North Carolina State, which is a team we've been struggling against lately, but it was just torture. I mean, watching that game was, just humiliating. I'm tired of it. I've been tired of it. Norvell should have been let go since the Stanford game. Keeping him is going to cost you more money. It is. I hear this, it's a $60 million buyout. I get that. The finances are tough right now. They just renovated the stadium, $260 million. New practice facility, $60-something million. If you can find a way to do it, and I'm talking to the school, the athletic director, Alford, if you can find a way to get Mike Norvell out of here, do it. He's a nice guy, but he's not getting it done. Because if he stays around, I don't see it getting better. I really don't. And that's just my opinion. More recruits will leave. They'll decommit. And, fans are going to revolt. They're not going to show up to the stadium. So there's only one thing to do now. Is you've got to suck up the money, pay Norvell to leave. Get a new coach, Get somebody that can get us out of this rut and make Florida State football more prominent again. Make it more better on-field product. Because this is a once proud football school that's just now in the bottom of the ACC. And that's embarrassing. It shouldn't be that way. So you got to get rid of Norvell. If you don't get rid of him, it's just going to be the same shit next year as it is right now. It's just very frustrating. And I don't know. I'll always be a Florida State football fan, but this shit's got to stop. I'm sorry. We're in the fourth best conference in the fourth best conference, because the Big Ten, SEC, and Big 12 are way above the ACC. And yeah, we beat Alabama, but again, that was a mirage. That was fool's gold. I thought this FSU team this year would win 7 or 8 games, but I was wrong. They're just as bad. Well, I don't want to say just as bad as last year, but you go from 2 wins to 5, potentially 6, maybe. It's still not much better. It's not up to the Florida State standards. It's just not. So Norvell's got to go. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Florida State right now is the Nebraska of the South. And that's not a good thing. Let's get back to being a team in the top of the ACC. And for once, be respected. But in order to do that, Norvell's got to go. He's got to go. Bye-bye. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And that is your FSU frustration rant from yours truly, Ben Cornett. Thanks, everybody.